Have you ever stopped to think about how one single athlete can be worth billions? I'm not just talking about for their team, I mean for an entire sport and for a massive global company. Well, today we're diving deep into the huge business impact of one Formula One driver, Checo Pérez.
You know, when word got out about Checo's hypothetical move to the new Cadillac F1 team, people in the know, the industry insiders, they didn't just call it a good signing. They called it a masterstroke of business. So what is it? What makes this one move so incredibly smart?
Yeah, that's really the heart of it, isn't it? How does one guy, one driver, become this critical piece of a giant puzzle, a multi-billion-dollar asset? Let's get into it. Okay, so first up, let's look at what this means for the new kid on the block, Cadillac, and of course its parent company, General Motors. For them, signing Checo, well, it's about so much more than just winning races.
See, with Checo, you're getting a two-for-one deal. On the commercial side, he's an absolute powerhouse. He's literally the key to unlocking millions of fans overnight. But then on the technical side, he's a wizard, bringing years of priceless experience to a team that's basically starting from zero.
To really get his commercial power, we've got to talk about this concept, emotional monopoly. General Motors is smart. They know that by signing Checo, they're not just hiring a driver. They are instantly capturing the hearts, the minds, and let's be honest, the wallets of millions of fans in Mexico and all over Latin America. It's like a cheat code for brand loyalty.
And hey, if you think emotional monopoly is just some fancy marketing jargon, well, the proof of its power was immediate, and it was undeniable.
The second this news dropped, boom, General Motors stock price jumped on Wall Street. The financial markets themselves instantly got it. They understood the genius of the move. I mean, that is real-world impact you can take to the bank.
But listen, it's not all about selling cars. For a team that's brand new, like Cadillac, Checo's technical knowledge is, well, it's invaluable. Think about it. He spent years inside the most dominant team, Red Bull. He knows what a winning car is supposed to feel like. You pair that kind of insight with another veteran like Valtteri Bottas, you could save your engineers years of painful trial and error.
So it was a massive win for Cadillac, for sure. But they weren't the only ones who stood to gain from this. The sport of Formula One itself had a huge stake in making sure Checo stayed on the grid.
So here's the backstory. After Checo's contract with Red Bull was up in 2024, Formula One was actually facing a pretty serious problem. They were looking at the very real possibility of losing engagement from the entire Latin American market, which, is a massive growth area for them.
Just take a look at the Mexico City Grand Prix. That race is a financial juggernaut, pulling in over 20 billion pesos. Now imagine that race without a local hero for the crowd to cheer for. Ticket sales, interest, it all would have been at risk of falling off a cliff. Checo staying on the grid is basically an insurance policy for that huge payday. And we're not just talking tickets here. The guy is a merchandising powerhouse. Year after year, Checo is one of the top drivers for merchandise sales, especially in the Americas. He often outsells world champions. For F1, losing that cash register, as they call it, would have been a really big financial hit. And his influence goes way beyond that, deep into the United States. F1 has 3 races in the US now, right? In Miami, Austin, and Vegas. They absolutely need to connect with a massive Hispanic population there. And Checo, he is the perfect cultural bridge. He helps pack those grandstands. So you start to put all these pieces together, the driver, the new team, the sport itself, and what you get is what we're calling the Checo effect. It's this incredible symbiotic relationship where literally everybody wins. I mean, just look at the benefits on both sides. It's crystal clear. For Cadillac, Checo sells cars, builds their credibility from day one, and gives them top-tier technical skill. And for Formula One, he secures a vital growth market, guarantees their biggest races stay profitable, and keeps the merchandise revenue flowing. It is the absolute definition of a win-win.
Really, it just boils down to this. For Cadillac, a new brand trying to break in, he's the key that unlocks the door to instant relevance. And for Formula One, he's the guarantee that a massive, passionate fan base stays completely hooked.
So, now we've covered the business why behind this whole masterstroke. But that just opens up a whole new can of worms, doesn't it? A whole new set of questions about the how. I mean, all this potential is fantastic. But what kind of engine is Cadillac actually going to put in that car to give him a real shot at winning? Now that's a story for another day.